Deep Rising is a 1998 horror action film directed by Stephen Sommers. It combines elements of science fiction and the supernatural, set against the backdrop of a luxury cruise liner in peril. The central premise involves a group of hijackers who board the ship, only to find it infested with monstrous sea creatures that terrorize anyone who dares to cross their path. The legends and lore surrounding Deep Rising amplify its horror elements, drawing audiences into a world where the unknown depths of the ocean serve as both setting and antagonist. The significance of these legends within the broader context is profound. They amplify the film's sense of dread, tapping into primal fears of the ocean as an unexplored frontier filled with terrifying mysteries. By integrating these legends, Deep Rising not only captivates its audience with suspense, but also resonates with long-standing maritime folklore, which often includes tales of sea monsters and cursed voyages. One example illustrating the impact of these legends is the rich tradition of maritime folklore itself. Stories of the kraken or sea serpents have fascinated and frightened sailors for centuries, feeding into the film's narrative of enigmatic aquatic threats. Another example is the psychological phenomenon of thalassophobia, the fear of large bodies of water, which further enhances the movie's eerie atmosphere. By exploiting this fear, Deep Rising taps into a shared, visceral anxiety, making its horror elements more relatable and effective. Critics and audiences have praised the film's ability to blend action with horror, using its mythical sea creatures as a pivotal plot device. The combination of special effects and suspenseful storytelling has garnered a cult following over the years. However, the film also faces its share of challenges. Some critics argue that the plot relies too heavily on CGI and lacks the depth and character development seen in other horror classics. Additionally, skeptics of the supernatural may find the legends implausible, detracting from their engagement with the storyline. This introduction to Deep Rising and its legends connects seamlessly with other aspects of the main topic by setting the stage for an exploration of similar thematic elements in film and literature. It underscores the recurring fascination with oceanic mysteries and the human tendency to personify our fears through storytelling. By examining these interconnected elements, we gain a richer understanding of how Deep Rising fits within the broader tapestry of horror cinema and maritime lore. The origins and inspiration behind the film Deep Rising are rooted in a rich tapestry of maritime legends and cinematic influences that shape its eerie narrative. At its core, this concept delves into the foundational elements that give rise to the film's lore, exploring the myths and stories that influenced its creation. The significance of this point lies in its ability to provide depth and authenticity to the horror elements in Deep Rising, anchoring the film's thrills in a realm that feels both fantastical and yet strangely familiar. Deep Rising draws heavily on age-old seafaring myths, such as the legendary kraken, and tales of monstrous sea creatures capable of decimating entire ships. These stories have been told by sailors for centuries, offering a sense of real-world fear that taps into humanity's primal dread of the unknown depths. The film also takes inspiration from H.P. Lovecraft's cosmic horror, which is characterized by the insignificance of humanity in the face of incomprehensible and malevolent entities. This connection to Lovecraftian horror lends the film a timeless quality, appealing to audiences who cherish the existential terror of the unknown. An example of the real-world application of these inspirations can be found in the ongoing fascination with the ocean and its mysteries. Oceanographers and marine biologists continue to explore the depths of the ocean, uncovering new species and phenomena that captivate the public imagination. Another example is the prevalence of deep-sea horror in popular media, from literature to video games, demonstrating the enduring allure of underwater terror. Critics and fans alike appreciate Deep Rising for its blend of horror and adventure, with some praising its homage to classic monster movies and its ability to evoke genuine suspense. However, there are challenges and controversies surrounding the film's portrayal of maritime lore. Some argue that it oversimplifies or sensationalizes traditional myths, potentially reducing their cultural significance. Others believe that its portrayal of sea monsters reinforces negative stereotypes about the ocean, detracting from conservation efforts. This exploration of origins and inspiration is intricately connected to other aspects of the film, such as character development and plot progression. By grounding the narrative in well-established lore, the film enriches its storytelling, creating a cohesive world where characters' actions and the unfolding events have an added layer of meaning. The deep-seated fears and myths that underpin Deep Rising not only drive its horror, but also invite audiences to confront the vast, mysterious world beneath the waves, leaving them with a lingering sense of wonder and unease. Key characters and their connection to the legends delves into the pivotal role that characters play in intertwining the narrative of the movie Deep Rising. Boston I'm dying. With the underlying legends that drive its plot, this concept embodies the characters as vessels through which the film's lore and mythology are explored, offering audiences a bridge between fiction and the elements of ancient maritime tales and monster myths. Characters such as John Finnegan, the resourceful boat captain, and Trillian St. James, the enigmatic passenger, serve as our guides through a world where the line between reality and legendary horror blurs. The significance of this point lies in how these characters' backgrounds, motivations, and interpersonal dynamics are deeply rooted in mythological underpinnings, providing depth to the storyline. Their evolution reflects the influence of ancient legends, making viewers question where the myths end and reality begins. For instance, Finnegan's pragmatic survival skills and wit echo the archetypal hero's journey found in numerous myths, while Trillian's mysterious charm and resilience can be seen as an embodiment of the cunning and allure often attributed to sea deities or sirens in folklore. In real-world applications, this intertwining of character and legend can be seen in literature and cinema, where characters are often crafted to amplify the themes of the mythos they inhabit. A classic example is the incorporation of Arthurian legend in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, where characters aim to retrieve the Holy Grail, each influenced by their understanding or belief in the myth. Similarly, in Pirates of the Caribbean, Jack Sparrow's character is steeped in pirate lore, bringing fantastical elements to life in a believable fashion. Support for the use of characters to explore legends often highlights how these narratives create a rich tapestry that augments viewer engagement, inviting audiences to explore the depths of human imagination and history. However, challenges arise when the depiction of legends could perpetuate stereotypes or misrepresent cultural beliefs, as the line between homage and appropriation can be precariously thin. Critics might argue that such narratives risk oversimplifying complex traditions or catering too heavily to entertainment over authenticity. Ultimately, the connection between characters and legends in Deep Rising not only drives the plot, but also enriches other aspects like the film's thematic tension and atmosphere. It offers a lens through which viewers can explore the mythological basis of fear, making the horror more relatable and profound. Through these characters, legends are not just narrated, but lived, influencing every moment and decision, thus knitting the film's fabric into a cohesive whole where lore and personal journey become inseparable. In exploring the eerie allure of the movie Deep Rising, the film's setting plays a crucial role in heightening the fear it evokes. Set aboard a luxurious yet isolated cruise liner adrift on the South China Sea, the vast, uncharted ocean becomes a menacing character in its own right. Here, the setting is not just a backdrop, but an active participant in amplifying the film's horror. The isolation of the open sea amplifies the character's vulnerability and helplessness, effectively transforming a symbol of opulence into a nightmarish trap. The claustrophobic interiors of the ship contrast with the boundless ocean, creating an unsettling tension between confinement and the infinite, unknown dangers lurking beyond. The significance of this setting is paramount in establishing the film's tone. It taps into primal fears of the unknown and the unseen that water often represents, much like classic maritime legends of ghost ships or sea monsters. This is comparable to literary works such as Jaws or the Poseidon Adventure, where the ocean itself is an unpredictable adversary, heightening suspense and dread. The ocean setting ensures that escape seems impossible, intensifying the character's desperation and the audience's anxiety. Real-world parallels can be drawn from historical maritime disasters like the Titanic, where the isolation and power of the ocean led to stories imbued with mystery and fear. Similarly, the Bermuda Triangle has fueled countless tales of disappearing ships, capitalizing on the same fears of vast, unexplored waters. Some critics and audiences appreciate the film's use of setting, arguing that it effectively taps into deep-rooted maritime myths and fears. This appreciation aligns with the enduring human fascination with oceanic mysteries and our simultaneous reverence and fear for the sea. However, others might critique the film's setting as a cliché, arguing that the isolated ship trope is overused in horror cinema and predictable. Even these critiques highlight its influence. Its very familiarity makes it a potent tool for filmmakers. The setting of Deep Rising is intricately linked to the film's themes of survival and the unknown, influencing how the story unfolds and how the characters respond to their dire circumstances. It connects to the broader narrative by reinforcing the idea that fear thrives in isolation and darkness, mirroring the isolation of the human psyche when faced with unimaginable terror. In this way, the setting is not merely a backdrop, but an integral element that shapes the story and its impact on the audience.